Have you ever been in a bad mood and someone tells you, just be positive, and it makes you even more annoyed? Well, there's actually a reason for that. Hi, I'm Lisa Marie with Balance Begins Here, and I want to talk to you about something that completely changed how I look at emotions, especially as a mom, and that's the emotional guidance scale. It's an idea by Abraham Hicks, and at the top of the scale, you have emotions like joy, love, and appreciation. That's where we want to be, right? Calm, happy, and connected. And at the bottom, you have things like grief, depression, and hopelessness. So you can't just jump from the bottom to the top. If you're really feeling low, like overwhelmed, discouraged, or completely drained, you're not going to suddenly snap into joy immediately. And when you try to force that jump, it usually backfires. That's why just think positive doesn't work. Instead, the goal is to work your way up the scale, step by step. So let's say someone is feeling depressed and they shift into anger. On the surface, anger looks like a problem, but emotionally, that's actually improvement because anger has more energy than depression. From anger, they can move into frustration. From frustration, maybe annoyance. From annoyance, then maybe boredom. Then contentment and eventually appreciation. It's a slow climb. And when you understand that, everything changes. Because now, instead of judging emotions as good or bad, you start seeing them as movement. This is especially powerful as a parent because when your child is acting out, when they're frustrated, yelling, or melting down, it's so easy to label that as bad behavior that needs to be shut down. But what if they're actually moving up the scale? What if that frustration is them working their way out of something heavier, like sadness or overwhelm? Now, that doesn't mean we let things get totally out of control, but it means we respond differently. We stop trying to force them straight into calm, happy behavior. Instead, we guide them upward from where they actually are. And this applies to us too, because different emotional levels need different tools. If you're feeling angry, sitting down and trying to write a gratitude list is probably going to annoy you even more. It's too big of a jump. But something physical, like moving your body, shaking it out, even just stepping outside and taking a few deep breaths, that can help release some of that intensity and move you up a notch. Then, once you're in a slightly better place, maybe you can shift your thoughts a little. And then, when you're already feeling okay, like content or neutral, that's when things like appreciation lists or quiet reflection can actually lift you into joy. It's about meeting yourself where you are, not where you think you should be. And honestly, this takes so much of the pressure off. You don't have to be perfectly calm and positive all the time. You don't have to jump from a hard moment straight into being your best self. You just have to reach for the next step. Then you eventually move up the scale more naturally and more consistently without forcing it. So, next time you find yourself or your child in a tough emotional moment, instead of asking, how do I fix this? Try asking, what's one step up from here? So, try it out and let me know in the comments if that works for you. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.